Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Monday, August 3rd, 2026. Let's take a look at the charts. I'll start with the weekly chart and show that a couple of weeks ago, we clearly settled below the 375.71 rising. This is roughly a 16-month channel top. I haven't really counted lately, but it stems off this April 25 low. It did hold, obviously, back in, was this early April of this year. And there was a lot going on. I don't want to backtrack too much, but, we closed below this structure. I've been mentioning for months that if we were to close below this channel bottom, which we obviously have, we would very quickly, our near-term objective would be the descending channel bottom, and now at 298.62, which we've tested now essentially for the last couple of weeks. But ultimately, it does allow 227.66 by the end of the year as a 3 to 5 month possibility. And if we were to close this week below 291.81, that would be our next, I'm going to say by the end of September objective, 227.66. But until then, if we're talking near term, if we're talking a 3 to 5 week time frame, you can still bottom pick this 291.81 to 298.62 region, anticipating possible upward rotation into the 370s, where a sell opportunity would present not only if you've been long from the 290s, but also to play the short side perhaps through the rest of the year, as we could fall away again from here back to the channel bottom within a month or two, and all the way south into the 227.66 area within 3 to 5 months roughly. That is really the big picture in a nutshell. But that we are above the 290 support. Let me tell you about 291.81 just in case you're curious, and that is just a wave count. We've yet to test it. We've certainly tested the channel bottom, dropping weekly. We have a static level at 291.81, which is, the distance from A to B. You drop that from C, and that takes you to 291.81. It's based on the same sort of sequence as the channel bottom itself. This zone able to contain selling through August, perhaps. And so you've got this kind of contradiction, right? You've got a long-term sell signal below 375.71 that anticipates 227.66 as a big picture objective over the next 3 to 5 months. But now that we've tested support, near to midterm support in the upper 290s, there is this sort of room for the market to recover into the 350s, possibly into the 370s. When I say 350s, I'm talking this channel bottom on the daily chart, 353.12. And there's your 291.81 to 298.62 region represented by horizontal lines here. Upside, we've got 321.65. This is a former descending channel bottom. It is above, just above, I should say, that trend line. Sorry about this. Let me get back to this chart here. Oops. The trend line on the weekly chart. Do we have it shown anywhere? I don't know if we do. There it is. Yes. 318.37. So this held last week's highs. We have it as a minor point only. We were calling it an intraday resistance all week long, and it held nicely. But we have now decided to upgrade, if you will, or opt for this descending channel bottom at 321.65. And so, of course, 318.37 is there. If you want to call this a range of resistance to sell into, or if you just want to focus on 321.65, I guess really what we're saying here is if we were to close above 318.37, but not above 321.65 on Monday, I would not see that as a reliable buy signal into later week. But I do think if we close today above both, obviously above 321.65, we have, this is a possible 3 to 5 day rally with a spike in volatility, but this could also spill into next week. So I'm going to call this a 1 to 2 week swing trade to the upside. If we close above 321.65, I think if you haven't been bottom picking the upper 290s, you can buy a settlement today above 321.65. We've got 337.24, which I believe is this low area here back in April. I don't think we mark it or show it. I'm looking right now at the charts. No, we really don't. But closing above 321.65, if you've not gone long yet, this is an opportunity to go long through the rest of the week. 353.12, I think, then in reach by the end of next week or sooner, where we can top out. Now, this is a former channel bottom. We never tested it, I think, as I've already said. We never tested it to the downside because we gapped lower a couple of weeks ago on that poor earnings. And so it is still a recent it is still a significant resistance area. I guess that's what I'm trying to spit out here. 353.12 can contain weekly highs, possibly through August trade. And really, as I keep saying, this 375.71 formation is in reach over the next 3 to 5 weeks. I really do need to say that only if we close above 353.12 am I personally confident of that. And then the 375.71 considered a 1 to 2 week target following settlement above 353.12. So it is a bit stair-step. Bottom picking the upper 290s. 3 to 5 day swing traders, as I've been saying, can hold out for 321.65. Closing above 321.65, expect 353.12 within a week or two. But I've also been saying you can bottom pick the upper 290s, anticipating 2 to 3 week swing trade up to 353.12. I think that covers the upside pretty well. Let's talk downside here, that if we do close today below 291.81, it is this high from July of 24 that I would expect within the week, 271 even. But overall, closing Friday below 291.81 does set up 227.66, I'm going to say, by the end of September. And 227.66 can contain selling through the rest of the year. And if you combine it with this longer-term 6-year channel bottom at 186.75, this is the zone to begin scaling into a long position that could be part of a portfolio, if you will, an investment, because this is a zone that just may contain selling through the rest of the decade as we could rotate out of here on a multi-year basis. I think that pretty much covers it. I don't think there's anything else to say, so I'm going to leave it at that for Monday's Daily Tesla Report. You have a great day.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the Triple Q, and NVIDIA, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity.
Start your 2-week free trial and trade with clarity from day one.